Okay, we're at part 2, frying the actual tofu. So what you're going to do, we're going to show this one as a crackling and the finished product, because we already started these. You're cutting them very thin. You can actually cut them actually thinner, because as you can see from a finished product, this is how they're supposed to look. And you can see everything's put together, and they taste really good. And the great thing about tofu is that, you don't have to worry about salmonella and all that stuff, as long as you're and vegan, where you can do that. And if you're worried about the taste things continuing, remember you have extra amounts. You just glaze it all over it, and it just absorbs. The great thing about tofu is that it absorbs. The longer you marinate, the more it absorbs. But obviously, once it's being cooked and stuff, there is a limit. You'll always have a little bit left over in case you want to glaze it over. So it takes about 2 or 3 minutes for things to really start working. You want a kind of browning, almost, I would say, kind of cooked, burned, like a grill kind of look to it. So we're gonna look it up. This one is almost done. This one, you can see from it, the patterns are starting. And since it's been cooked in, there's like a lot of excess oils and stuff in there. We're going to cook other Asian cuisines, so the oil is going to be in there. And really just move stuff around a little bit. Remember to get extra firm, because if you get the softer stuff, it's going to just fall apart. Softer stuff is more for like soups and stuff like that. This extra firm is for frying, and there's also the added bonus of Japanese tofu, because Chinese tofu and like regular tofu is always very glutinous and stuff, and extra firm Chinese tofu is made almost like in a casing, so it's made for frying. But I didn't have a chance to get it. It's actually a little bit harder to get Japanese tofu. You may have to go to a Asian place, or go to H Mart. H Mart is around the Midwest, and some of the other places. I know it's in New York. I know it's in downtown Chicago and some other places around the East Coast. Any place where there's a large population of Asians, there's usually an H Mart or an equivalent. And obviously, if you're in California, you'll find a lot more. If you're in New York, you'll find a lot more. In certain parts of Texas, you'll find a lot more. But there's always some kind of, you may have to drive out of obviously in your neighborhood to find a mart that might have it. But tofu is everywhere, so just get extra firm and just work with what you got if you can't find it. Especially with the malt, the brown stuff, I just used the brown vinegar. I just use malt because that's the quickest. That's a brown vinegar, and that works the best for what's needed. Obviously, I would love to have gotten the Chinese vinegar, but you can't always get what you want when you're coming down to cooking. So we're going to flip this over. As you can see, that looks really great. Flip, flip, flip. Flip, flip, flip. As you can see, thinner it is, the easier it is, and you see how soft it still is. So that's all you have to do. This is the finished product. It looks really good. And that's it. On Instagram, we'll take a picture of the finished product, glazed and stuff. All right? Bye.